I'm here with Christin Carter-Su, who is the 2022 Walter B. Cannon Award Lecturer. The Cannon Award recognizes the lifetime achievement of an outstanding physiological scientist. So welcome, thank you for joining us in the EBTV studio. Tell us a little bit about your lecture and what attendees can expect to learn.
So one of the main physiological areas of interest is how the body communicates with one another. And one of the ways it does it is through hormones that get secreted by one organ and then goes in the bloodstream and then can be seen by all the different cells and they can respond to it. So the one hormone that we look at is growth hormone, and that is the primary hormone important for body growth. And what we asked was, how does growth hormone act at the level of a cell to bring about its diverse responses? And so what we are going to talk about today is how we discovered how the growth hormone in the blood interacts with the cell, and what are the downstream, what we call signaling pathways, the downstream proteins that tell cells how to respond to that. And in part of that, we're going to talk about the different signaling molecules and what they've done and the implications that we found outside of growth hormone field for the functions of these different molecules that have impact for things as diverse as cancer and understanding obesity.
So this is a Lifetime Achievement Award. Tell me a little bit about kind of what you're best known for.
The thing we're best known for, I just alluded to, is our growth hormone signaling pathways. And the pathway that we are most famous for is showing that growth hormone binding to a molecule, a receptor in the membrane of a cell, activates a tyrosine kinase called JAK2 tyrosine kinase. And that activated kinase then phosphorylates and activates these transcription factors called STAT. So it's commonly called in textbooks now JAK-STAT signaling pathway. And we, in combination with another investigator, discovered that finding. And it's important because not only does it affect that pathway, the growth hormone, but it affects the pathways used by interleukins, cytokines, satiety factor, leptin, and a variety of other different communicators, intracellular communicators in the body that affect a lot of body functions.
Do you have any advice for young scientists throughout their career?
Well, I think I'm known for giving a lot of advice, so I have a lot of advice, but I'll limit myself to just 3. We spent years where people would stand up at national meetings and write in review articles that there's no evidence to support our hypotheses, and yet the wonderful thing about science is that with time and experiments, you'll be proven to be true or not true. If you're true, you'll finally get the recognition. And if it's not true, it's a different interpretation. At least hopefully others will have broadened their horizon. So my 2 pieces of advice is think broadly, outside of the box, and to don't give up and just stick to it and listen to what your data says. And the 3rd piece of advice is you can never have too many mentors. There's so much to being a successful scientist. It's not just the science, but it's writing grants, it's writing papers, giving presentations, and oh my gosh, social media. And I'm really excited that the APS has started having a lot more workshops for young investigators, and I recommend that you go to them and reach out as much as you can to your colleagues and both senior and junior, to get as much help as you can.
It's all great advice. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.